Okay. From here on out, I will, and I'll make sure to include it in the announcements on the Walker Web the morning that you have my class, the morning of that day that you have it. I want you to start, this is going to apply for Monday, your homework. So 10 point, when you finish the homework on a separate sheet of paper, I want you to take a picture of it and then send it to me via email. I just want to collect those and then giving you guys participation points for completing the homework and showing all your work. Normally what we would do in class, it's just I'm not there to check it, I'll just check it. Does that make sense? Okay, so your 10.2 homework is not due until Monday at this time, so 12:30 p.m. I'll send you out an email with that information in it so you have it, and then whoever wasn't here today has it as well. Okay, so let's go over 10.1. I'm going to write down the questions that you guys have. Anybody have any questions on the notes or the homework? Anyone?
When there's yes.
Yes.
Go ahead, Matthew.
When there's two circles together, like right next to each other, like that, like a circle. How many tangents are there?
So if we go to the, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen.
And then also, when there's a circle inside of another one.
Yeah, so I'll share that one. So like the one that you were talking about, Matthew, can you guys see? If they're right next to each other, they have 3 common tangents. Like that.
Okay.
Okay. And then if they're inside of each other, we had one of those. We have one of those in our homework? No.
It was on the quiz thing. So it was just one. Those were the 2 that I got wrong, and I just didn't understand.
I don't want to put the answers out there already.
Oh.
Yeah. We can go over that next time if you want to.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Who else has questions? You guys want to see the homework answers?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. So like tangents, they literally just touch like any point of a
tangent only touches at
one point. But
one
like,
point. Yeah. Just one single point.
Where on the circle it is. It can be anywhere.
As long as it touches at one point on the circle.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. I'm gonna do my quiz like right after this, but it's due by the end of the day, right? Like by
No, the quizzes is due by Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have until Friday to do it.
Thank you.
All right, well, here's 12 and 13. Let me pull up my chat. Any questions on those? All right, there's 15. And there's 19 and 20. And then 21 and 24. So you guys are okay with the r plus 16 squared? You know you have to write that twice. And then FOIL. Any questions on that?
That where it's like you don't know like that little corner side of it. Just
right, you have to solve for the radius. So people, I'm gonna share that we're doing r plus 16 squared. They were saying it was r squared plus 256. You know, right? You actually have to write it twice and then FOIL. So first, outer, inner, last. So you can't do that. That's a no-no.
I don't see your new screen.
Oh, crap. I don't know why. You guys, let's see, let's go back to this. There we go. You guys get it now? Now you can't do r plus 16. You can't just distribute the square, the power 2. You have to write it twice and then FOIL it. You guys remember that from Algebra 1?
Still don't see it.
Yeah.
I just see tell how many common tangents the circles
You
have.
had what Miss Bundy did. You had to unshare it and then
All
reshare
right, let
it.
me reshare. You guys see it now?
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so some people were doing r plus 16 squared. They were saying it was r squared plus 256. You can't do that. You actually have to write it twice and then FOIL it. So you get r squared plus 32r plus 256.
Isn't the formula for that a squared plus 2ab plus?
Yeah, it's just distribution. So you have to just
Right.
remember, write it twice and then FOIL it. So first term, basically you're just distributing. R times R is R squared. All right, and then R times 16 is 16R. And then
Mhm.
16 times R is 16R, and then 16 times 16. It's just basically the distributive property. Did you guys learn FOIL or a squared plus 2ab, all that kind of stuff?
We did it both ways. Or at least
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then I think the last one was 26. So this problem, you should have only gotten +1. Because if you once you solve, you get x squared equals 1. You take the square root of both sides. And technically, when you take the square root of a number, you include both positive and negative. But if we try to use -1, we plug it in up here, we get -5. And you can't have negative distance. So you can't use the negative. So the answer would only be +1 for that. So you got to double check that. Any other questions from the homework? Think about the notes. Did you guys see that I posted the key to the notes for 10.1? So check it out on the walk. I went ahead and put the key for 10.1. 10.2, the blank notes are out there, but I'm not going to put out the key yet because I want you to actually go to your book, watch the video, try to fill in the notes by yourself, practice problems before you look at the key. So I'll probably post the key on Friday for 10.2. And then you can go back and check your work and make sure you did everything right for 10.2. Okay? But if you're already done with 10.2 and you want to send me a picture, I know my A block, some of them had already completed 10.2 homework. You can send me the picture now or Monday at 12:30. But like I said, I'll send you an email reminding you of that today as a follow-up. Okay? Any other questions from the notes or homework? Nothing. 0.1. All right, Mallory.
How do I do this?
Could
You're
you
on mute.
explain 19?
Number 19 from the
Yeah.
notes or the homework?
The notes.
The notes. Okay. All right, let me find it. I'll rework it for you. Okay.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay. All right, let me share my screen here. Hopefully it won't pause. Let me know if it pauses for any reason. I don't know why it did that today earlier. All right, number 19. All right, so we want to solve for x, but we know that it doesn't tell you that the whole hypotenuse is not x, just this little part. So that part is 4. So you have to do 4 squared plus 8 squared equals x plus 4 squared. And you get 16 plus 64. And then remember, you have to write x plus 4 times x plus 4. And then we get 64 plus 16 is 80. And then x plus 4 times x plus 4 is x squared plus 8x plus 16. And then we have to subtract 80 from both sides. You get x squared plus 8x minus 64 equals 0. And I think, hold on. So from here, you either have to use the quadratic formula, or what I did was an alternative method. Was I said, okay, well, 4 squared plus 8 has to equal c squared. So I called x plus 4 c. Then I know that c squared equals 80. So this whole thing has to be 4 square roots of 5. So if I say x plus 4 equals 4 square roots of 5, subtract the 4, and this is what I get for x. But from here, you have to use the quadratic formula to solve for x. So, and then double check and make sure, because like I have negative distance, so this can't be negative, which, hold on a second, let me go back to my notes. Which this is not, this is the only answer that's not negative, would be negative 4 plus 4 square roots of 5. Does that help, Mallory? Do you guys remember the quadratic formula? Okay.
So it'd be plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Exactly. And you can Google that. So some of those problems are not always going to factor. And I know you guys haven't factored in forever. Who was really good at factoring? Hey, Catherine. Were you guys good at factoring? No, yes. You know, next year you have to do a lot of factoring next year in Algebra 2. So. All right, any other questions from the notes or homework? Anyone? Anything? Anything? Well, you guys should start working on 10.2. 10.2, I think, is a little bit longer. The notes are a little bit longer than 10.1. And then start that homework. Okay. That'll be due on Monday by 12:30. Okay, because this is our session for this week. Okay. But if you have any other questions between now and Monday, just email me. If you need a Zoom, like a personal question, let me know. I'll also be sending an email out from my office hours Friday. So, but you can contact me anytime via email if you have any questions. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. We have 10.2 on Monday, and then we have 10.4. I've already posted 10.4 out there. So if you're better and you want to get that done, you can go do that. And then this next, because I see you guys Monday, you'll have a Google form to complete 10.1, 10.2, and 10.4. And that'll be kind of like your final before spring break. Okay, so that's the plan for the rest of this week and next week. And hopefully we'll be back at school. All right, well, don't forget, you have a couple things. You start working on 10.2 and then work on that quizzes that I sent you via email. There's a game code. I'm not sure the game code, but I sent it to you this morning. But I'll also send you a follow-up email just so you know you should be doing today and to get ready for Monday, okay? All right, guys. I couldn't find a cool Kahoot game. We tried Kahoot via Zoom, and there's like a delay. Have you guys played Kahoot in any of your classes?
We played it in German.
Yeah, I heard there was like, you can also do like a offline Kahoot, but I found the quizzes, so try working.
It's like you have to share the screen of the Kahoot.
Yeah, but there's a delay. Isn't there a delay?
Not when we played it, like, not really, because like, I think, because it's from her computer, but for us, there wasn't really a delay.
All right, well, I'll try to find one for 10.2 then, because I thought Mr. Fields was saying that there was a delay and it was kind of tough. All right, guys. Well, if you have any other questions, let me know. Look out for the email about the follow-up for today, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.